What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Music with Mando in the Morning, the podcast where we interview artists about their upcoming projects, previous projects, and pretty much just anything they're working on in general. Today, I got the one and only Mike Lee the GOAT in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much for having me.
So how you doing? How's your 2024 going so far, man?
Shit, man. To be honest with you, it has been the rebirth of my music career that I needed. I put out For You With Love December 22nd, and it did 1,500 streams first week, and my last project did 150 streams first week. It really reassured me that all the work that been putting in behind the scenes, playing random shows, not putting out new music for a while, it was all worth it, because man, it just blew up. It did so well, and then we're back on the road next month. It's about to get crazy.
What you been up to so far this year, man? Shows, music, what you been up to?
I just been really focused on promoting For You With Love. I mean, it's a little 9-piece indie track album that we put together. All the streaming revenue goes to the Maui Food Bank, so that's also been one of my favorite parts about it, is that we've been able to do some really cool stuff working with them. Recently, I've been back on my rap shit. I've been back. The indie kid is taking a nap right now. I missed it. I missed flowing. The whole time I was making an indie album, I was like, man, ooh, I got some bars ready. I'm ready. And so we're back on the rap shit, looking to maybe get a nice little summer EP out soon, but yeah, other than that, we're just working behind the scenes.
When did that EP drop?
December 22nd of last year, so right before the end of the year, right before Christmas.
What influenced you to make an indie album? Because I know you be with it with the bars normally, so what influenced you to make an indie album?
I've been making music since 2018-ish, give or take a year, but it's all been rap. I took a break for a while and just tried to rediscover myself as an artist, as a person, even deeper than just music. And for some reason, I was pulled to the indie genre. It's just something beautiful about just being able to make almost a poem out of a song, where the lyrics are all deeper meaning / double entendre, and sing it instead of having to spit it and worry about your delivery and how fast you're going, how slow you're going, and it was just music that I loved making. That's honestly why it was called For You With Love. It's just music that I loved to make. Not I wasn't going for the club hits. I wasn't going for the next radio superstar. I just wanted to remind myself why I love making music, and For You With Love did that for me.
You were solely hip hop before you put out that album. How do you think that helped your growth as an artist to go into a genre that you hadn't done before?
Surprisingly has helped my rap music a lot. Post For You With Love doing recordings, the biggest compliment that I've been getting from everybody is yo, the mixing on here is amazing. This is great. And with my rap stuff, I never really got that. So it was super cool. It's super cool to be able to apply some of the stuff I learned while making the indie music to hip hop, and be oh, why are the highs coming in weird on this vocal? Oh, well, I learned while making this song, I can do this. And it's great. And then also, it's helped me work on my wordplay a little bit, surprisingly. Especially when you make indie music, you're always trying to paint the picture. When you're using wordplay with hip hop, you're trying to come up with the craziest bar. Put my X in a box, call it X box, but it's helped me come up with just crazy new ways to say things, because I was always just thinking in indie terms. How can I make the sun setting sound cool? Oh, I say the sky's turning pink instead of the sun setting. It's surprising. It had a lot of influence, and I think with the next few tracks that I end up putting out, people will hear oh, there's still a little indie vibe in there, but we're back on the hip hop shit.
So yeah, that project's been out for a little while now. What's your favorite song on the project?
Probably the end track, For You With Love, the title track. I put it as the last one. It's got the most meaning to me. It's just the perfect ending to that chapter of my life whenever I hear it. It's just there it is. You did it. This was For You With Love.
So bringing it back to this year, how many shows have you done so far, man?
So this year we've been a little slow on the shows. Okay. I wanted to take January off to just promote the album. We didn't really do too much, but we have 9 dates coming up in the next 2 or 3 months, something like that. And we're going all over the West Coast this time. Last year was all about touring Oregon. This year is trying to get opportunities outside of Oregon, and that's the goal. So yeah, we're ready. Next month this month, actually. It's March. Happy March 1st, by the way. But yeah, this month we start up again on the 16th up in Portland, and then we are going for it for the rest of the year, probably.
When I reached out to you, like I reached out to everybody before the podcast, like I always ask people, like, is there something specific that you want to talk about that like you make sure I hit in the conversation that like you want people to know about and be heard? And I asked you that, and then you were like, I'm an open book, whatever. Like, that's cool. And like, I'm no problem with that. Like, that's dope because like that's easier on my part because I can ask whatever for sure. But you hit me up like maybe an hour later, and you were like, make sure I tell the Hills story.
Yeah.
So tell the Hills story.
Okay,
bro.
so Hills is a song that I put out January 1st, 2020, before the pandemic, or no, January 1st, 2021. So it was during the pandemic, actually. The whole world was just kind of going crazy. And everybody was locked up. Everybody knows we all went into that dark place where it was just like, man, all I want is to just be outside. Like vitamin C the sun gives you, so important. So I was just making music during the pandemic, just having fun. And I happened to come across just an indie song. And I was like, I'm gonna give this a shot. Let me see what I can make. And I end up making an indie track. I start sending it to people because I'm like, look at this. This is different. I never done anything like this. Let me tell me what you think. Everybody was going crazy. Like this is dope. This is awesome. I wasn't too sure about it because it was my first time like branching from hip hop, which also Hills had a huge influence on For You With Love. Yeah. Like once I saw, we'll get to it, but the success that it had. I knew I had to do something indie because the audience loved it. Fast forward to like I think it was my 21st birthday, September 2020. I'm at my 21st birthday party, turning up, having a good time, and I end up playing it for the party. And there's like 10 people, maybe, something like that. One of my close friends at the time, Daniel, he comes up to me and he says, hey, I've heard a lot of your music. It's not that good. But this is really good. This is going to be the biggest song you've ever done. This is amazing. You have to put this out. And, everybody had been telling me that. Thank you. I appreciate it, but I'm just not, I'm not sure I want to go into the indie route. We'll see. And then about 3 months later, he passed away. And I was like, okay, we're dropping it for him then. I don't care. I don't care if the people like it. I don't care if it flops and does 10 streams, like whatever. He told me it was going to be great. It deserves to be out, So he never got to hear it like on streaming platforms, but I put out the song and I woke up the next morning to 1,000 streams. And it was like the trippiest thing because I was like, somebody fucking botted me. Like somebody bought me streams thinking they're cool and like now they're going to fuck everything up, but literally blew the fuck up. It ended up doing like maybe 5,000 streams across all platforms first week. We gave all of the revenue to his GoFundMe that his parents put out for his funeral at the time. And it took me on the craziest adventure, like, and we're still on it because like I was just a kid making music in my bedroom at my parents' house 3 years ago, and now I'm on a podcast, I'm touring, I'm going crazy. Like this is like, anyway, we put that out and it ended up getting me on the radio, ended up getting me on TV. It got me in front of 1,000 people, opening up for the Yin Yang Twins because they heard it. Like it's the song that really so far has defined my career, and we play it every night. Like, even if I'm in like the most gangster crowd, like there is not a motherfucker here that has ever even heard an indie song. Yeah. We still play it just because of how impactful and like the influence that it ended up having on my career. And like every single time I try to tell the story on stage and just thank him, like, bro, we do this shit for you. Like this is you. This isn't me. This isn't the talent because of the song. This is literally, at least I feel, it's him being like, I told you what it was going to be, and I'm going to make sure it happens. And so just grateful, honestly, that I ever even got to meet that kid. And no offense who you had on. He actually worked with me and him at Red Robin in Albany. Yeah. So, Yeah, man, that kid was great, man. He was something else. But yeah, every time we play Hills, there's a line in it where I say, now she's with him and all the lights get dim, and I point up, like, just to say, like, she's with him, but
Yeah.
you know, I'm saying, like, he's up there now and the lights are dim. I wish he was here, but I'm alone at the hill.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, the song was never about him necessarily, but now it is, and that's like the best part.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. Cool. That's an amazing story, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, so that makes me want to ask, what are the numbers on the Hills now, man?
Shit. I mean, across all platforms, probably at least 10K. Like, it's definitely the biggest song I've ever done, easy. But it's the one song that I get a lot of people coming up, like, it's like the only song of mine they've ever heard, you know? And I appreciate the support either way, but they'll come up to me and be like, that new Hills song you did is real good. And I'm like, it came out like 3 years ago, but it is good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Like, but it's always one of the top, if not the top streamed songs for the day that I have. Like, people have told me, and another Hills story I'll tell you actually is out in Bend, I met this girl named Rio, and she came up to me after the show and like tears, crying, and I'm like, whoa, like, what did I do? But she comes up to me and she says, that song where you said she's with him and all the lights get dim and you pointed up, my mom was murdered last week, and that just, like, we just wanted to come out and get fresh air. We haven't been out of the house for a week. We just wanted to come have a good time. We saw Mims. I was opening for Mims, but we saw Mims was playing, and then we came and we saw you, and like, it blew me away. And like, shit like that, I think about him. I'm like, dude, you are blessing these people. This isn't me. This is you. This is your song. Like, but the numbers, astronomical. Like, that's Hills is the goal every time. Like, if we can top Hills, it's a success.
What's your why, bro? Like, why do you rap? Like, why do you make music? Like, what do you hope to get by putting your music into the world?
I take a lot of influence from XXXTentacion. And he was always about, like, if I died tomorrow and I know that one person at least has been influenced by my music, like, it helped them get through a rough time, helped them get through depression, helped them get through whatever, then I've succeeded. And that's what I roll on. Like, I'm not doing this for the numbers. I mean, I got the chains, I know, but like, I'm not doing this for the numbers, the money, the girls, any of it. Like, I want to make art, and I want to help people feel better. Like, I want people to know that, like, I put out a lot of happy music, but when you really listen to the deeper meanings of songs and you listen to the slower stuff and everything, I just want people to, like, either let it be an escape from whatever you're going through, or let it help you go through whatever you're going through. I like to call myself, like, the misfit making music for misfits, you know, misfit music. And so I just try to, like, I just want to affect people. Like, I want people to hear my stuff and go, man, that's wow. Literally just that. Man, that's wow. Like, it's all I've ever wanted.
You did mention a couple, but has there been any other moments where you're like, you know, I'm doing that. Like, I'm really, like, hitting people. They're feeling what I'm saying, and, like, I'm reaching the goal that I tried to put out.
Actually, funny enough, that same Bend show that I was just talking about, when we did Hills, there's a part in it where we have the crowd sing, and it was the loudest that any crowd has ever done. Like, and it wasn't even the biggest crowd I'd ever been in front of, which was the most mind-blowing part. But like, one of the guys off stage asked me what my friend's name was, and I was like, it's Daniel. And they started chanting his name. Like, after the song, they were like going crazy, and they were like, we love you, Daniel, like yelling for him, and they don't even know him. And then as soon as they did the O's, I'm supposed to jump in. I do the first one. I let the crowd do the second one, and then I'm supposed to tell them, keep it going. Like, I know you can be louder than that. Da, 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 da. The crowd was so loud, I started crying. Like, and I'm not a crier. Like, I'm really not. Like, it just hit, and like, it was like almost like a full circle moment. Like, you did it. You have impacted these people. They will forever remember the night that they sang Hills for a dead kid that nobody knows. You know what I mean? Like it's just the beauty behind that, and like the fact that we can all come together and sing this song, whatever song, it doesn't really matter, and sing something for somebody that we don't even know, and you can just feel that, like, love and just positive energy. That was that moment for me where it was like full circle. We did it. Like, beautiful.
All right, y'all. Before we move on, it's very important to give our thank yous. So, first of all, I got to thank the homie Mike Lee for coming through.
Yes, sir.
Cannot have a podcast without your guests, so I appreciate you so much for coming through, man.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me.
Second, shout out to the University of Oregon School of Journalism and Communication. Like I say every podcast, without the UOSOJC, we would not have this podcast room, we would not have the camera equipment, and we wouldn't have the recording equipment to be able to make this happen. So, indefinitely grateful to them. Third, shout out to the homies at Dirt Squad Productions. Of course, again, like, without them, I also wouldn't be here interviewing Mike Lee. I met him through them. I met pretty much every artist I've had on here so far through them, so eternally grateful to them as well. Tap in with them if you have any audio needs or concerns, not even in Oregon, anywhere you at. You know, we mobile now. We can send shit around, so we can make that happen. But to add on to that as well, if y'all haven't seen it yet, please check out the Tiny Desk submission the Dirt Squad put together that I shot and edited for them. We are at 34K views as of today, so we making moves with that. So run that up, because I think we actually have a shot at winning that shit as long as we get the exposure. But thank you to any of y'all that have watched it or keeping watching it, but keep watching it. Thank you again. Finally, I want to give a shout out to Savell the Native for being last week's podcast guest. Great conversation, great interview, great bars, and honestly, like, shout out to him, because we had been trying to get that set up for a minute and we finally did it. So shout out to homie Savell. Keep streaming his shit, and he's got some new shit coming on the way in the next couple months too, so be on the lookout for that. And finally, all of this is brought to you by Delta Squad Media, my business, which I started my senior year of high school. We running strong now. We interviewing people. We out at shows shooting. Any media needs, concerns, video production, editing, anything, tap in with me. Y'all know where to find me if you're watching the podcast. Moving on. Upcoming shows and events, bro. So you talked about it a little bit.
Let's do this. So, okay, let me pull up my list, actually.
All right, let's
so
hear
I make sure we hit all of them. The closest one is going to be the March 16th in Portland, Oregon at... Why am I spacing on the name right now? I'll come back to it. I'll remember the name, I swear. Let's see. We got Springfield, April 4th, The Spot. That's the big one. I know all you U of O students are listening right now. The Spot, April 4th, we're going to turn up. April 5th, we are in Tacoma. I'm not sure what the venue is on that one. I think it's a bar. And then the 5th or the 6th, we're in Seattle. That's going to be my first big city outside of Portland. Whew, I'm nervous for that one. That's going to be crazy. And then we have May 24th in Portland at the Waypost. And that one's for, real quick, shout out Maddie Hanna. Fuchsia Dreams comes out March 29th. I did a little bit of engineering on that project, so that's cool. Beginning of summer, we got June 2nd opening up for Loonies. I got 5 on it.
Oh shit!
So we're gonna turn up for that one, and then East Coast, keep a lookout for your boy. That's all I'm gonna say.
Out of the shit you got lined up right now, is there anything in particular, or any event in particular that you're excited to pull up to more than others?
Super excited for Seattle. The last one, second to last one, May 24th. Maddie. She's a friend of mine. We met over the internet. Just the coolest girl. Like, super sweet, super awesome. Insanely talented singer. And so she's coming out here to visit, and I ended up booking a show the 24th. And I was like, wait a minute. She's coming out. She's going to be here at the same time. So we're going to let her play her EP. She's going to headline that night at the Waypost, and we're going to tear it down. I'm excited. So probably that one. I'm probably the most excited for that one.
Then I guess that leads into my next question too. What projects and music have you been working on lately?
I'm about to start releasing a few singles for the next project. I did a little mixtape in 2019 called the Intro to Summer mixtape. Shout out CJ Pacific. He'll know who he is. It was an idea I had in high school. Ended up executing it a few years later, but it's just a upbeat summer vibes, play it on a boat type of album. And we're gonna run it back. We're gonna do a second one. So that's on the radar next. And then after that, we got a real big project coming too. I don't know how much I can talk about it, oddly enough, but it's something I've been working on for about 4 years, and it's finally coming together. My big Mike Lee moment, if you will.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for that one.
When can we expect either of those?
The first single might be coming out the 16th for the summer EP. It's got a little bit of a 90s hip hop vibe.
Okay.
I wanted to really show like your boy's back spitting. Like your boy's here. Like I know I'm an indie singer, ha ha ha, funny, but like I can spit with anybody in the state. So I'm ready. It's definitely not all hip hop though.
Okay.
Which is the cool part.
A little blend, yeah.
A little blend, but it's blended enough that you realize like, oh shit, yeah, he's been working a little bit.
They're dropping the whole project at first, or are you just dropping singles?
Singles. We're gonna probably do singles leading up all the way to summer, and then just drop the project after that.
Is there any single in particular that you're excited about more than the others?
Pesos with my boy Jay Meese, dude. He's been like a big bro to me. Like he has literally showed me the ropes. Been like, hey, you see that club? That's a club owner right there. Go say hi to him so you can book a show here. Like. And he didn't have to do any of that.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it was. Maybe he saw something in me, but like he's given me so many crazy opportunities. So like to get him on a track finally is crazy. So yeah, definitely me and Jay Meese, we killed that one. That one's gonna go crazy.
That's super dope. What are the vibes of that track?
Just messing a mofo up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like coming in and being like, oh, you thought like, look who's here. The Kings are here. That's right.
So the one project you said it took you around like 4 years to put together and everything.
I'll give you a name.
Go ahead, drop it.
I'll give you a name.
What's the name?
I've never said the name.
Yeah,
Hold
say
up.
it. Yeah.
Okay. So the name is Beautiful Nightmares.
Okay. What's the inspiration?
4 years of pain that you were willing to go through.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best way to describe it, actually, I think. 4 years of pain that you were willing to go through. A beautiful nightmare.
I feel like that's something, like everybody can resonate with. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Anything that anybody like wants to achieve, like it's not easy, and like there is pain that's associated with it.
It was a concept. It was a story. We told the story. I'm excited. It's gonna be crazy. I'm hoping that's gonna be pretty much all my next year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking because I'm gonna do a lot of shows this year. Do the intro to summer, but next year I think that's gonna be my. I keep thinking finale, but that's not the right word. Like it's not the end. I'm gonna make music afterwards, but it's the big one. I'm very excited for that one.
I'm excited for it too. You're hyping me up for it.
Yeah,
this is the first time I'm hearing about it. I'm hyped up for it.
Yeah, I've been keeping it kind of on the DL because it's a little darker than most of the stuff that I've made before. Mm-hmm. We did a lot with the production that I've never done before, but like it's gonna be my best project.
Hell yeah,
for sure.
Man. Yeah, so you said it took you around 4 years to put that one together. How long did it take you to put Intro to Summer 2 together?
Like a month. I just been banking bars while I was making the indie album, So like once I was done with the indie album, I was hungry. I was ready to go. I was like, dude, I don't want to stop. Like I was teasing For You With Love and like saying goodbye, but it was like saying goodbye to the past was basically the theme of the album. And like I was like, I know I'm like saying goodbye, but I gotta make music.
Yeah,
like, I got bars, man. I'm ready to go. Maybe a month and a half. It was like that. We just got it done, and it came together great. It's all bars. It's all vibes. It's all upbeat, going crazy. Just summertime vibes.
Hell yeah, man. That's what I like to hear. And what are you looking? What's the release date looking like for that again?
I don't know for sure. Early June.
Okay.
Early June to late May.
All right.
For sure is what I would say because
intro to summer.
Intro to summer, yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be a nice little short, maybe 6-7 song EP. Okay. I might throw an extra track on there, but not gonna be anything too crazy. There's not a whole lot of deeper meaning necessarily. It's just a lot of like vibes.
Before we move on, like I ask everybody who comes on here, is there anybody you recommend me reaching out to get onto the podcast in the future?
You got to get Meese on.
Okay.
You got to get Meese on. I might be able to hook it up with that one.
Okay.
Because I'm sure he'd be hella down to do it. But man, that guy's got stories. That guy's been all over. He just got back from the Grammys. He's been touring with Lil Eazy-E and DJ Yella.
Okay, yeah.
Like he is the man. Like literally, if there's anybody in this Oregon hip hop scene that's like worth looking up to, that's like really doing shit, it's Meese. He's the man. Like. I don't want to say that because I got a lot of homies that are really doing shit. I didn't mean that like that, but like Meese has definitely been my biggest influence, my biggest like role model, so to speak, probably.
Anyone else or just Meese?
Figure 8, also out of Portland.
Yep.
That man has also just, especially over the last like 6 months, hooked it up with so many crazy opportunities. Like he took me up to Washington to play with him like twice.
Mm-hmm.
Always hits me up about shows in Portland. Like he's the man too. He's really out here doing it. Soul Luna, if you can get him on,
Mm-hmm.
I know he's a busy guy, but like he's super cool. I've got to talk to him a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
You've had all my homies on, so it's like I'm thinking of people. Like those are I would say those should be like top 3. Those are the guys that super cool, whole lot of influence, whole lot of expertise in the music scene, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Before we wrap up again to the verse and everything, I just want to ask, is there anything else that you'd like to mention on the podcast?
Shout out Bob for walking all this way. We appreciate you. Shout out Mando. Shout out all this, man. I'm just grateful to be here, to be honest with you. So I appreciate this opportunity, and yeah, man, let's kill it. Let's fucking do this verse. I'm excited. I've been thinking about this all day.
All right, y'all. Like we do it every time around here, you know we coming with a verse, and Mike Lee is no motherfucking exception. So we about to get into it.
Hell yeah. I'll let it run for a bit. Just vibe to it a bit. Let this cook. This little West Coast type vibe. This is the intro to summer vibe.
Alright.
Sorta. Let me talk my shit. I get the bags and the checks and the girls and the sex. Ones with really nice curls, ones with really nice necks. Who gon' put on for a boss? I don't even gotta flex. But when I pull up to the club, I got some business to address, That's right, bitch, I know you stole from me. They had the balls to be asking me for more money. Going broke was never really the goal, buddy. Come eat, skinny bitch, I know your ass hungry. Pull up a chair, motherfucker, we could break bread. Let me get a couple things through your weak head. Mondo said he wanted numbers, no, I make trends. But the GOAT's back again and I don't make friends. It's Mr. M to the I to the GHT. Pull up on a brother with a M16 and show him how we roll in the big LC. And show him why he never should've fucked with me. I heard a little dog barking thinking I wouldn't switch. Couple big names, now he really think he the shit. Made some money off my name and now he losing his gigs. How you call yourself a vet if I just put down a bitch? How you call yourself a vet if I just put up the win? In your prime, you have never been as good as I've been. Stab me in the back, bitch, it got stuck in the skin. I'm the king, motherfucker, don't forget it again. Bigger guy, bigger stage, bigger crowd making waves. Indie singer saves the day, written right on front page. You already know the name, let me say one more thing. This has been Music with Mando in the motherfucking morning.
Woo!
Shit, Mando!
Fuck yes, bro. It has been Music with Mando in the morning with the one and only Mike Lee the GOAT. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see y'all next time. Peace and love.